Hi all, welcome to lecture number 2. In the last class we have discussed about the semiconductors introduction, the types of semiconductors, intrinsic, extrinsic semiconductors. In that two types, p side and n side semiconductors. So today we discuss the p-n junction diode. Yes. Why we need this p-n junction diode? In the last class, we have concluded that if you use p-type, n-type semiconductors as individual, means there is no much application. So when we add these two, when we make p-n junction diode, there will be some controlling of electricity application. We can do it. Okay. Going to that. But this is the p-type semiconductor. Here so many number of holes will be there. This is the plus symbol indicated with the red color. This is the n-type semiconductor. There are minus symbol with the green color. So many number of electrons will be there. Yes, this is p region, n region. Yes, when we add these two, adding means physical contact these two. So these two materials made physical contact. What happens? The electrons in this side surplus, holes means absence of electron. Here also very high. Obviously the electrons from this n side will try to move towards the p side. Obviously recombination, right? Right. So first layer, some part of electrons gone away, and they made a recombination into this side. So here remaining, these are, yes, ions. These also ions, means immobile charge carriers. I say means atoms, they are remained, means there is no free charge available. Please make my point. There is no free charge available here. What happens there? Yes, in the final stage, after the all recombinations, there is a small layer is happening. This layer will act as a barrier to stop further recombination of the electrons and holes. Why? Because this is the negative charge accumulated here, right? Positive charge accumulated here. This positive charge will stop further flow of the holes from this side to this side, and this negative charge will stop further recombination of these electrons into this side. So this negative charge will stop electrons, this positive charge will stop holes. So this is like a simple barrier form, right? Yes, this is the layer. This layer we call it as depletion layer. What is depletion? Depleted, vacated. All charge carriers are vacated. There is no charge carriers available there. That is called depletion layer. Okay. So here the more number of holes are there, which is called it as anode. Here this side more number of electrons are there, we call it as cathode, negative charge. This is the symbol for the diode. This is the process to make the diode. The diode symbol we show it as one arrow mark with one plate, right? This is the cathode, this is the anode. So this plate will show you from this direction you cannot make conduction. From this direction, from anode, you can do the conduction process, right? Anode and cathode. This is the diode symbol. This is the voltage across diode VAK, anode to cathode voltage, right? What is biasing? Yes, PN junction diode, we made it. What is biasing? Supplying some external voltage to the PN junction diode, that you call it as simple biasing, right? Biasing are two types, forward biasing, reverse biasing. Forward biasing means if you connect P region of the PN junction diode to the positive terminal of the DC supply, then it is called as forward biasing. At the same time, if you connect the N region of the PN junction diode to the positive of the source, at the same time the P region to the negative of the source, then that is called as reverse biasing. So what happens in forward and reverse biasing in detail we will discuss it. Right, this is the diode, this is the supply. I had given positive is given to the P side. So what happens, positive force, this is the positive charge carriers, this is the holes. This positive force will repel these positive charge carriers, means repulsion. Obvious. Yes, this side, N side, so this is the negative source given to the N side, so this will repel so many number of electron this side. So what happens, whatever charge carriers are there, they are repelled by some external force, means these will try to cross this junction. We are giving the voltage such that these charge carriers try to cross this junction. While crossing means this barrier width will be going to decrease. Yes, depletion layer width will be getting decreased. So this is the diagram after decreasing of this barrier width, right? So in forward bias, what happens, if you give the voltage, sufficient voltage such that this barrier completely removed, that minimum voltage you call it as cut-in voltage, right? Cut-in voltage means, or knee voltage means, what is the minimum voltage required to delete or to remove this junction, that you call it as cut-in voltage, right? So for the silicon it is 0.3 volts, for germanium it is 0.7 volts minimum voltage to remove that layer. Then what happens, easily these holes will going to this side, easily these electrons will going to this side, so there will be conduction of current happens. So here we can say we are controlling electricity, means that 0.3 volts for germanium, 0.7 volts for silicon, that is required. After that only you can conduct it, means very small amount of control you are getting. Next, what is reverse biasing? Reverse biasing means, yes, the P side connected to the positive source, N side connected to the, sorry, P side connected to the negative source, N side connected to the positive source. So what happens here, this positive source, this positive source will attract the electrons. This is positive, this is the negative charge carriers. Next, this negative source, negative potential will attract the positive charge carriers, means these charge carriers going away from this barrier, means virtually you are increasing the width of this depletion layer. Clear or not? Right. So depletion layer further increased depending upon your voltage applied. If you keep on increasing, this depletion layer will be increased at certain voltage, the maximum voltage, this depletion layer, this junction going to break down, that you call it as breakdown voltage. Okay, the maximum value of the reverse voltage that can be withstand by diode is called as peak inverse voltage. Peak inverse voltage means, in the sense, safe point. You should not go to the breakdown level, you keep away from that, means below that breakdown, what is the minimum voltage that can withstand by the diode without breakdown, that you call it as peak inverse voltage. This is the negative voltage. Yes, experimental setup for plotting forward bias characteristics. So this is the source potential divider we have connected. This is the voltmeter. What is the voltage across the diode? You can measure. This is the ammeter. This is the resistance. Why we need a resistance? We are making the diode characteristics only. Yes, this is the safety resistor, limiting resistor, current limiting resistor. In forward bias, after cut-in voltage of this diode, the high amount of current will start. So to reduce that current, we use this resistor. Otherwise, this source may get damaged. Yes. How to do this? You keep on increase the voltage across these 2 points by changing this resistor point. Yes, the voltage at these 2 points will be going to increase. You make it down. Yes, by increasing the voltage, the current will be zero at some point. Yes, the when barrier gets completely removed, the current starts increasing. It is like exponential. Please remember a word, exponential term. So this is the current I is equal to I naught, the reverse saturation current into exponential term, exponential EV by KT minus 1. This is the diode current equation. So knee voltage or cut-in voltage, the minimum voltage required to start the current across the diode. Okay. Reverse bias characteristics. So just make reverse the diode. So N side is connected to the positive source, the P side is connected to the negative of the source. It is reverse biased. So what you do in this side, reverse bias side, you slowly increase the voltage, means by change this resistor rheostat. Yes, what happens, the voltage across diode keep on increasing, but very small current is going to conduct. What is that current? Because of the magnetic charge carriers, we get says very small current, that you call it as reverse saturation current, right? This is called I naught. So this small current will be flowing across this diode. It is in very small microamperes. So you keep on increase the voltage, you keep on increase the voltage. At some point, this diode cannot withstand that high amount of voltage. Means almost the attractive forces of this source will try to break down this diode, right? So at some point this diode will get breakdown, and suddenly diode loses its property suddenly, like the opening of dam gates. All charge carriers rush into the diode. They will flow very high amount of current depending upon your voltage applied, right? So this is the breakdown of the diode, you call it as. This is the reverse bias. So this is the complete VI characteristics of the diode, PN junction diode. So in reverse bias, you can observe this. This is the microampere scale. After the breakdown, it is in milliamps, amps also. In the forward bias, it is in milliamp scale. You can observe this. Okay. In the next class, we discuss the Zener diode and how to use Zener diode as a voltage regulator. We'll discuss it. Okay, thank you.